Welcome to my channel. I'm sure you're looking for some instruction how to clean a salt brine tank from your softener. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any other do-it-yourself projects. So now let's get started. What's nice is these bags. First of all, have you noticed that your water's starting to get more smelly and getting that kind of aftertaste? Have you checked your brine tank to make sure it was at least 2/3 full of salt? That could be the problem, especially if it just started and it hasn't been like that. So what you do is you need to come down, find your tank, which this one here is manufactured by Water Right, which is a very popular system. And let's take a look in here. Oh my goodness, it is all but empty. That could be the exact reason why our water is starting to smell a little bit. The sulfur coming up, especially whenever you turn on the hot water. That could exactly be the problem. But if you answered no to any of these questions, then you're here just to clean out the tank and learn how to do it. So we're going to go through step by step and teach you just how easy it really is. First thing you should do is consult your manual, the owner's manual, and make sure you're familiar with yourself. Well, I'm not going to go through and explain exactly how everything works because I'm sure you're here only to learn how to clean out the tank. All right, now there's several different ways you can do this. Normally what I do is I take a 5-gallon bucket or a 2.5-gallon bucket, whatever size you might have laying around the house, and a cup, and scoop the water out and the salt, clean it out. Or if you have a shop vac, you can use this to suck the salt out. So that's what we're going to get out and do, and we'll be right back. Isabella and I got all the salt and water sucked out with the shop vac, which did an excellent job. Yes, Isabella. And now what we're going to do is go to the next step. We're going to take some cleaner and clean the tank. Now after we got that cleaned out, and you can kind of see inside this tank, look how the side is all cruddy and dirty on the inside. That comes from the minerals and the dirt that happens to be in the water, because how this system works is that it flushes out these big tanks right here. It flushes that out and it goes through the salt at the same time. Then it softens your water, and that's how that crud gets on there. Now you could just clean this right here if you would like. But I think what we're going to do, and for the purpose of this video, we're going to go ahead and disconnect it and take it outside. That way it's a little bit easier. But how you disconnect it, see that long white pipe there? There is a nut on that hose that comes down from the tanks, and what we're going to do is we're going to loosen those up. And we got that unhooked. And then we'll just take our fingers here and just pull it apart. part there. And this hole is designed to be big enough that that pulls out. And then we will take this and we'll take it outside. While my daughter is going to go get some dish detergent, and you're probably thinking, why dish detergent? Man, that's going to get in our water system, but I will explain that here in a little bit. But in the meantime, you can see how this got full. And what I'm going to do is, this is a little healthy tip. We're going to make some ice cream, homemade ice cream, in this summer, and all I have to do is drain that water out of there, and we'll keep that salt. That way we don't have to buy any salt when we make ice cream. And make sure you're subscribed, because in a couple months you're going to see another video come out of learning how to make healthy ice cream.
So now we got the hose running, and I also got the dish soap. So you're going to watch me put it in.
Okay. What we want to do is, Isabella, why don't you go ahead and put roughly 2 to 3 teaspoons or tablespoons of detergent in this bucket. And we'll pour some of that's good. And then we're going to mix up, go ahead and mix up some water in there. And we want to get this nice and such.
So now I am going to clean the inside.
Yeah. So what you want to do is just get any old washcloth or rag that you don't really use too much anymore. As you can see, this one here is not that is all stained up. So lather up the soap in the bucket and kind of mix that all up and get it all sudsy and soapy. And dump the whole thing in the tank like that. All right. And then what we're going to do is, and this is going to be easy, good for you, but you kind of crawl in there a little bit and wash that soap all around and try to scrub down the tank inside to get rid of all that crud.
So now we currently have our bleach, and we are going to do something with it.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to dump about the same amount of this bleach in here, and guess what? This is going to clean out the dish detergent. So yep, that's child proof. So that the kids don't open it. What we'll do is go ahead and pour about a half a cup in there, or to a cup of bleach in there. Keep going, a little bit more. That's good. And then we'll go ahead and put about a gallon of water in there. We're going to put about a gallon of water in there, just like that. Isabella's going to go ahead and pour that all in that brine tank. And we're going to do the same thing as before. Now we're going to scrub it down again with our handy dandy rag. Take and clean it all up good and clean it all around. Get all that dish detergent out of there.
And we will see you when it's all done.
Pretend this is a closed machine clothes washer, and just kind of get the water just all stirring around here. See all that bleach in there is getting that all sanitized and cleaned. And then what we do is just go ahead and dump it out.
Whoa!
Then we'll go ahead and just clean it down and rinse it out with the hose. Get rid of all that Clorox. And the Clorox is not going to hurt it, because if you have a lot of sulfur smell in your water and it comes and goes, and this don't take care of it, cleaning this brine tank, go ahead and a weekend that you're not home, take and dump maybe 2 or 3 gallons of bleach down into your well if you have a well, and that'll kill all the bacteria and stuff that could be causing the smell. And
so guys, you should listen, because guess what? You're gonna have clean water after this. So make sure you listen to all the directions.
So now that we got this all clean, we're gonna take it back inside and hook it back up and go to the next step. Now we got the tank back here in place, and then what we do is put this hose back in here and hook it back up. And you want to make sure you get this turned back on and have it tight, not too tight that you break it, but have it tight, because you don't want it coming loose and then springing a leak. But right now we do not have salt, so we're going to come back with that. But in the meantime, since we don't have salt today, we'll go get some salt here maybe tomorrow or something and put in here. We want to make sure this is all hooked up and put the lid on here, because it'll actually cycle even though there's no salt in there, which will never be a problem. So if it's a couple days or a week or so until you can get to some salt, that is not a problem.
It's so like, I am so excited because I'm getting peanut butter. They taste good, and that tastes even better.
Okay, what kind of ice cream are we gonna choose?
I hope they have peanut butter.
You hope they have peanut butter?
Yeah. I got
Okay.
s'mores. I got s'mores.
You got
and
s'mores?
It tastes delicious.
Is that delicious?
I got the mint explosion.
Okay, but we gotta hurry up and get into the Lowe's before they close, huh?
Yeah, come on, let's go, let's run.
And now we found the salt. Now which one do we choose? Now that we found the salt, this is the kind we use. We have so many choices down through here. For this one is the best results. It's called Diamond Natural Solar Salt. How many bags do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now we're headed home. Now we're ready to dump 6 or 7 bags of salt in this thing. The manufacturer that puts these bags together, and I'm sure all of them is about the same, and make it real nice and easy. You just kind of rip this open like this, and it kind of gives you a little spout to where you can just dump these salt crystals down in here. Dump those in there like that. Okay, now we ended up dumping 8 bags of salt in here. So you want to level this all out here good. Try not to get it down in that hole there. And now we're good. This will probably last depending on how much gallons of water you use on a monthly basis. But this here for me, this will probably last me probably 9 months or so. You want to check this periodically to make sure this is at least 1/3 full. And then we just put this one here, and we are back in the business. So give me a thumbs up on the video like that, and subscribe, because there's going to be some more videos coming out. We're coming out roughly about every other week with a new one, and you don't want to miss it.